What's up YouTube, Gemini Johnny back again with another compilation of creepy TikToks to make you question everything. This is day 21 of the 25 days of creepy, where I'm taking you through the weirdest, creepiest, and most disturbing footage I can find every single day throughout the month of December. Counting down to the 25th, where we're gonna have the ultimate insert your holiday here marathon. If you're new here, it'll just be a long episode, but you never know what kind of Christmas miracles could happen. So join me at 6:15 PST every single day from the 1st to the 25th for the premiere of a brand new reaction video. Now without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, what you got, TikTok?
Conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. MKUltra was the code name for a series of illegal experiments in the 1950s and 60s in which the CIA attempted to control the minds of communist spies. MKUltra used multiple means to manipulate its subjects' minds, such as high doses of psychoactive drugs, hypnosis, electroshocks, sensory deprivation, isolation, verbal abuse, and other methods of torture. This resulted in people slipping into permanent comas, being sick, and even deaths. The truth about the experiments finally started to come out in 1977 when over 20,000 files related to MKUltra were passed over to the Senate, and in December 2018 declassified documents revealed that the CIA made 6 dogs run, turn, and stop via remote control and brain implants. Follow if you don't trust the CIA.
Follow if you don't trust the CIA. Yeah, me too. But also follow if you do trust the CIA. I have no feelings about the CIA. I just hope they don't know I exist. They know. They know everyone exists. Or that's the NSA. Whatever. I'm gonna get put on the lists for this. I know we're not big fans of the AI narrated videos, and I hate to start with that one, but that's all true, documented, proven facts. Well, I shouldn't say all of that, but most of that at least. I might have missed a couple of things. I might have slipped something by me, but I'm pretty sure all of that was verified facts. Anyway, point being, conspiracy theories that turned out to be true is a great topic. I'm sure it's been covered to death on YouTube, but you guys just might see something about that in the future from me, because that's one of my favorite topics to cover. It gets deep, it gets dark. Go do a little Google. Go do a little Google. Just that question. By the way, we need a new term for conspiracy theorists, like people that are grounded in reality, that are interested in conspiracy theories. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we're going to figure it out. 'Cause I'm not a fan of being lumped in with certain groups of people. No offense to anyone, but don't lump me in with anyone you think I might need to be lumped in with, because I promise you probably don't belong there. Sorry for rambling at the beginning of the video. I know you guys love when I do that. So let's get back to the video. Alright, I'll shut up. I'm sorry. I hear you in the comments now. Guy who's never been in the chat but always leaves the comment. That just dawned on me that that's a thing. You just saw my brain connecting that was a thing. Most of the people who, I don't want to say anything negative, because sometimes it's not even negative. It's just like critiquey or something about the way I film or the way my videos are or whatever. But I've noticed they never put that in the chat. Nobody's ever live in the chat for the premiere at 6:15 every day from the 1st to the 25th. Nobody's ever in there in the chat talking with me and everybody else and then telling me, critiquing me how to make my videos. I don't know, just find that funny. It's kind of like you wouldn't say that kind of thing to me in real life, but you would in a comment section. It's wild. I don't know. Johnny's observations.
Guys, remember the clown statue. Disclaimer, if you have any statues in your house, you might not look at them the same way after watching this video. The story goes like there was a teenage girl who was babysitting for a wealthy couple. Before the parents left for their date that night, they told the babysitter that after the kids go to sleep, she was allowed to watch TV in the children's playroom. So later that night, after the babysitter put the kids to sleep, she went into their playroom and started to watch TV. Only there was something that kept distracting her. There was a life-size clown statue in the corner of the room, and the babysitter couldn't help but feel like the clown statue was staring at her. While she was trying to watch TV and ignore this feeling of being watched, the children's dad called her to check in, and she told him that she was watching TV in the playroom, but she asked if she could watch the TV somewhere else, because the clown statue in the corner of the playroom was really bothering her. That's when the dad responded with, "What clown statue? Yeah. We don't have a clown statue.
We don't have a clown
statue. Next time you see a clown statue, it might actually be a person dressed up as a clown."
I don't know what's with all the clown videos. This is like the videos that pop up on the date that I'm recording for, that talk about the date, that date. You know what I'm talking about. Also, if you're a fucking clown pretending to be a statue, bruh, that's how you get punched. That is, I said it in the last video, I'll punch you in your big stupid red nose again.
You know why this photo is one of the most disturbing photos to ever exist in the world?
No, it's just a bunch of guys smiling.
So this picture was taken of a group of survivors that survived like this crash of a Uruguayan plane. And what if I told you that they're smiling for a very disturbing reason?
Okay, whatever it is, they look really happy.
They were stranded for 72 days, and keep in mind, they had no food, so they had to resort to cannibalism, which is eating humans.
What?
Yeah, and that is why they're smiling, because they just ate a human, and you can see in the photo, like on the ground, there's like a human spine on the ground.
Wait, that's a spine?
Yeah, and eventually 16 of them got rescued. But what's so crazy is that there was a hotel 18 miles away from where they were, but since they decided to stay in one spot and had no desire to go towards the town, they were forced to have to eat humans because they had no food.
So you're telling me they could have walked 18 miles to get food, but they decided to just sit there and eat humans?
The 16 people had to live with that the rest of their lives. I don't know if they're still alive, but they had to think about that every single day for the rest of their lives. Oh man, I hope they got therapy. Jeez.
Nerdy facts about history that school probably didn't teach you. Part 16. Benjamin Franklin was a MILF hunter and would regularly encourage younger men to try out older women. Significantly older women. The Welsh would often steal sheep from England, but this offense was punishable by death. The loophole to this was when they got caught, they said they were there to simply the sheep, which was considered less bad. Anne Frank's diary talked a lot about puberty and her personal experiences with her own female anatomy. It goes into significant detail, and her father had to go through and edit it all out. While gay sex was considered illegal in Britain in the 19th century, lesbian sex was not. Mostly because their government refused to believe that it was a thing. JFK was dating Miss Denmark in the 1940s, and the FBI was concerned that she was a German spy. They put a recording device in her bedroom, expecting to hear a conversation, but instead just got a lot of
Dude was on the sound effects on that
A teenage girl notices a pickup truck following her home one night after leaving a high school basketball game. At first she thought we must be going in the same direction, but then she began to watch the truck in her rearview mirror. When she sped up, so did he. When she passed a car, he did too. Then he turned on his high beams and left them on for quite some time. So she began to feel uneasy. She tried speeding away, but he would continue to follow her, flashing his high beams the entire drive. Finally, she pulled into her driveway, but the truck pulled in right behind her. She jumped out of her car and ran into her house, telling her father to call the police. But when police arrived, the man had a gun in his hand and told them that he wasn't the one they should be arresting. He pointed inside of the girl's now parked car, and there was a man crouched behind the driver's seat with a knife. The man had slipped into the girl's car just before she left the school game, and the man in the truck saw it all happen but had no way to stop it. So he followed her car, and each time the man in the back seat reached up to stab the girl, the truck driver would flash his high beams and the killer would drop back down into the seat to avoid getting caught.
What? I don't know how true that is. Have y'all ever heard of that? 'Cause that's crazy. If that's true, shout out to the dude in the truck. We thought he was the bad guy, and turns out he was saving the day. Classic.
Are you a paranormal fan? I've got a good one for you. This is the Winchester Mystery House. The Winchester Mystery House, located in San Jose, California, has been a fascination to the public for decades since its construction began in 1886. The Queen Anne-style Victorian mansion was the home of Sarah Winchester, the widow of firearms tycoon William Wirt Winchester. Sarah's young daughter Anne William Winchester passed, and in 1881, Sarah inherited more than $20 million. That's equivalent to more than $550 million today. Sarah also inherited 50% of the Winchester Arms Company, which left her with an income of $1,000 a day. In today's world, that's equivalent to more than $26,000 a day. That is some serious coin. Sarah struggled with the grief of her child and husband and questioned what to do with her fortune. She also felt guilty for the contribution that the Winchester Repeating Arms Company had on the world, the loss and the violence. So she sought the advice of a Boston medium who supposedly channeled William's spirit and told her that firstly, she should leave the East Coast and move to California. There, she should continuously build a home for herself and the spirits of the people who had fallen victim to the Winchester rifles. If she didn't, she would be haunted by them for the rest of her life. So she headed west. She purchased an unfinished farmhouse in Santa Clara Valley and began building her mansion. She hired carpenters and builders that worked on the house 24/7. By the turn of the century, the Winchester had 161 rooms, 47 fireplaces, 3 elevators, and dozens of Tiffany & Co. stained glass windows. It was built to 7 stories, but after earthquake damage throughout the years, it now sits at 4 stories. The construction didn't stop for 38 years until Sarah's passing in 1922. Sarah would sleep in a different bedroom every night to appease the spirits. Due to the lack of an architect or blueprint, the house was constructed haphazardly. Rooms were added onto exterior walls, resulting in windows overlooking other rooms. The Winchester has exits that lead to nowhere, doorways that open to walls, corners that round to dead ends, and staircases that ascend up through levels before ending abruptly. It has no rhyme or reason. Today, the Mystery House offers guided tours where guests can explore. Some visitors have reported feeling spooked while inside the home. Is it the spirits that Sarah felt inside the home? Or the ghost of Sarah herself? I guess we gotta go for a tour and find out.
If I put my bucket list of locations that I want to paranormal investigate in order, that place is top 5 for sure. And it's not that crazy to do, so I'm probably gonna try to do that someday. I don't know if they'll let just some guy go do a paranormal investigation inside of their classic ridiculous home. That looks like so much fun. I want to go get lost in that place. I want a map and I want to go to every single room. I think there's over 160 rooms. I'm bringing 160 cameras. I'm going to put one in every room. Then we're going to do a ghost hunt and see what happens. That'll be tight.
Dark visitor.
I heard some bad words, but I couldn't make out what he said. Those are bad words, sir. The shower's on. I heard that.
Why my water bill's $600 a month. Again, one standing right here.
Yeah, I definitely missed it until they slowed it down.
What you want me to do, Bob? See, nothing in here, man.
Turning my head like I'm able to see better.
Nathan, time to move. It's time to fucking move.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
Oh, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
What was this filter they put on him this
We
time?
wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Fallen angels.
Oh my god. He is my favorite evil character in the world. I love Kenneth Copeland for all the wrong reasons. He is an evil sycophant walking the earth, parading himself around as a man of faith. And it is so wild to me how he is so successful. I do not understand it. I will never understand why people give that man money. Like, that dude is for real evil. We saw him in one of my early reaction videos that... I think one of my very first reaction videos in that whole clip, and I've seen that clip before in the past when it first happened. And that dude, what's his name? Down there in Texas, real slimy looking dude. Wouldn't let the people in during the hurricane. It's gonna come to me. Maybe it won't. Whatever. He doesn't deserve it. But you guys know. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. That guy too. Both of them. All those televangelists. I mean, maybe not all of them. I don't know. I'm sure there's some doing some good in the world. But those guys buying private jets, living in mansions, boy. I was raised in the church. That was not the God I learned about.
Fallen angels were kicked out of heaven, and what they taught mankind may shock you. This revelation also helps us to see the full picture as to why God flooded the earth in the days of Noah. It wasn't to be mean and vengeful, but to wipe out the fallen angel Nephilim and their offspring, the giants, who corrupted mankind and taught them forbidden knowledge we still use today. Before the great flood of Noah that flooded the entire earth, Genesis 6:4 tells us that there were giants in the earth in those days and after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. These are the fallen angels who rebelled against God and were kicked out of heaven, leaving their first estate as mentioned in the book of Jude. When we look to the book of Enoch, an extra biblical text not found in the standard Bible, we can learn the destruction and devastation the giants were creating on the earth at that time. In chapters 7 and 8 of Enoch, the fallen angels who fell and came to earth took women as wives, just like mentioned in Genesis 6:4. They teach humans magic medicines, incantations, the cutting of roots, and about plants. The origin of folk medicine is therefore ascribed to these angelic beings. The children of the angels are giants standing 300 cubits, that'd be 450 feet tall. These giants eat so much food that humans cannot feed them anymore. The giants proceed to eat humans as well as all other kinds of animals. In addition to teaching humans to interpret a wide range of signs, they teach humans medicinal magic. The angel Azazel teaches humans metalworking, including making of ornaments and weapon making. Azazel also teaches humans how to make eyeshadow and other physical ornamentation. Other angels teach humans how to track the stars, astrology and divination, and the signs of the moon. Enoch chapter 69 verse 18 tells us of the angel Gadriel, who taught people how to perform abortions and how to strike people so they die. The stroke of the embryo in the womb to diminish it, the stroke of the spirit by the bite of the serpent, and the stroke which is given in the midday, the offspring of the serpent, the name of which is Tebet. These angels are responsible for teaching humans all sorts of sinful practices. Humanity fell through Adam and Eve's sin in the Garden of Eden, but once the fallen angels came to the earth and taught humans even more evil, their sins completely overtook them. Genesis 6:4 tells us this fact. Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. The reason for God flooding the earth was to cleanse the earth of the fallen angels, their offspring the giants, and the evil forbidden knowledge that they taught mankind that had overtaken the earth.
Yeah, maybe he's right. I don't know. I've heard different variations of, something similar to that kind of ties all the different myths and stories and stuff together and tries to make it all make sense. And yeah, maybe. I feel like in the next few years you're going to start hearing a lot of those that are intertwined with aliens and stuff too, as we learn more and more about whatever these AEPs and UFOs are. I don't know what's with all the religious videos and religious talk. Didn't mean to do that, but it's just how these videos pop up and I say whatever's on my mind. I should also just let it be said that if I ever speak anything negative about a religion, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm not ever trying to hurt anyone's feelings about their beliefs or anything. I do actually I fully respect everyone's beliefs and think everyone's entitled to believe whatever they want to believe. At the end of the day, the truth is they're beliefs. Right? They're not things that we know. And you can think you know, but at the end of the day, till you're gone from this world and can't tell us either which way, you're never gonna know. So there's no point in trying to change others' beliefs or push your beliefs on others. Let people believe what they're going to believe. Don't worry about it. That's why it's a belief. I'm not ever trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. So please don't ever take it that way. And if I do say something, let me know in the comments because I'm not trying to be like that and I'm happy to be corrected if I am. So, but the last thing I'll say on that is while I respect everyone's beliefs, I also ask that you respect mine and don't try to force yours upon me, just like I will never try to force mine upon you.
The Associated Press said that Joe Biden is president. The media said Joe Biden's president.
I'm so uncomfortable right now. Oh my God. We can end the series. We can stop it now. We don't have to do anymore. We've done it, you guys. We have found the creepiest video on the internet. I'm gonna play a celebratory sound effect here. Irregardless of your beliefs and your politics or whatever, you have to admit that is psychotic behavior. What is wrong with that person? People give him money. They'll just send it. do on their phone and give him money. It's the ultimate grift. He gets to just be a psycho and people just send him money. What was that? Also, I don't know if you noticed, Joe Biden's been in the freaking White House for the past 3.5 years. To be fair, that might have been like right after the election when everyone was still saying that. But imagine if he posted that like 6 months ago, or that he did that sermon or whatever like last week. Dude, how unhinged are we? But yeah, just also like I think Joe Biden is our president. Regardless of your feelings on that, that is a statement of fact. So yeah, back to the whole like not wanting to be lumped in with some kinds of conspiracy theorists thing. Anyway, callback. Let's get one more. I don't want to end on Kenneth Copeland.
Get ready for wars in the name of the free, vaccinations for illness that will never be, the assault on your children's impressionable minds, and a microchipped world. You will put up no fight. Information suppression will keep you in tow. Depopulation of peasants was always our goal. But eugenics was not what we hoped it would be. Oh yeah, it was us that funded Nazi. But as long as we own all the media too, what's really happening does not concern you. So just go on watching your plasma TV, and the world will be run by the ones you can't see.
At first I thought that was AI, like one of those AI videos, and they just put some filters over it to make it look more real. But I'm not so sure. I think that might have been real, like a real guy. I don't know. Yeah, it might have just been some guy doing a poem in a suit to look more legitimate, like trying to look like somebody that would know all of those things. That being said, the whole like the world being run by those that you can't see. That's how this works, bruh. So there you have it, folks. That is day 21 of the 25 days of creepy in the books. We did it. We done it. We're doing it some more. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure and check out the entire playlist in the description below. And also go check out my TikToktober series. It was another 31 days of reactions just like this. And last but not least, if you haven't already, be sure and check out my Ancient Out of Place Artifacts video. You can just click it right over here and watch it next if you want. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I know it gets repetitive hearing all your favorite creators saying it over and over, but it really does help us grow our channels, and it is, you know, one small way you could pay us back for doing all the hard work we do for these videos. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, which is tomorrow, stay creepy.